It's time now for some real education. We've been studying for weeks now what educators thought about education prior to the new postmodern education imperatives, before we got all this endless racial quibbling, this critical race theory, all of this substituting subject matter for politics and ideology. And we've seen really important voices saying wonderful things about education and what its abilities are and how it changes people. Let's keep doing that as a way of reminding ourselves there is another way. It's worked for thousands of years, and we don't have to reinvent the wheel. Chuck all the politics and go back to the way we used to build strong minds and strong bodies. How about this quote from Artie Lang? "The condition of alienation, of being asleep, of being unconscious, of being out of one's mind, is the condition of the normal man. Society highly values its normal men. It educates children to lose themselves and to become absurd, and thus to be normal. Little kids, children don't hate. Little kids aren't racist. So what is our approach to them? To make them racist madmen, to focus only on race and gender and difference and oppression. You're turning them into crazy people, all in the name of making them normal people." Take a look at the next quote. This one's from John Taylor Gatto, one of my most favorite educational reformers out there. Quote, "Think of the things killing us as a nation. Narcotic drugs, brainless competition, dishonesty, greed, recreational sex, the pornography of violence, gambling, alcohol, and the worst pornography of all, lives devoted to buying things, accumulation as philosophy. All of these are addictions of dependent personalities. That is what our brand of schooling will inevitably produce. A large fraction of our total economy has grown up around providing service and counseling to inadequate people, and inadequate people are the main product of government compulsory schools. Broken, inadequate people is what you get from public schooling. So you shouldn't be surprised we live in a broken, inadequate culture." Take a look at another one of these from Jules Henry. "The function of high school, then, is not so much to communicate knowledge as to oblige children finally to accept the grading system as a measure of their inner excellence and of conformity. And a function of the self-destructive process in American children is to make them willing to accept not their own, but a variety of other standards, like a grading system for measuring themselves. By the time they get to high school, they should see the worth in education without us having to reward or punish them. But it's never that way. We have created a system where the only thing that a child takes away from his education is whether or not he thinks he's passed a course or not. And that's very dangerous." And one final quote, thousands of years ago, from Plato, quote, "Do not train children in learning by force and harshness, but direct them to it by what amuses their minds, so that you may be better able to discover with accuracy the peculiar bent of the genius of each." Plato, 2,500 years ago. Kids are individuals. Don't educate them in anger and screeds and politics. Educate them with love and with stories and with humor, so that you can best figure out where their particular genius should take them.